Hi, my name is Dean Portinga, and we had our own weekly TV show some 20 years ago, and they're still right on in terms of what Spiritual Insights is all about. So I would like to share with one of the episodes with you today.
Welcome to Life Principles, a series on spirituality by Dr. Dean Portinga, exploring the life principles of sacred writings and how they relate to our lives today. Dr. Portinga holds doctorates in theology and clinical psychology and has spent a lifetime in discovering and sharing the principles found common in most sacred writings and religious philosophies in order to enable us to better understand ourselves.
Of life principles, and in this particular series we're talking about leadership development, executive development as spiritual development. And a few months ago, we had the privilege of visiting with Dr. Peter Vail, who was the Dean of the School of Business at George Washington University and is now on the faculty. And he's written a paper called Executive Development as Spiritual Development. And it's such an excellent paper that we've taken the opportunity of summarizing it and are using that as the basis for the discussion as it relates to life principles, as it relates to sacred writings throughout the ages. And in the first of the series, we talked about the three parts of Dr. Vail's paper. Part one was the major areas facing today's leaders, and there we talked about becoming clear on what you really want for your own life and also for the organization. We talked about how to handle stress, how to overcome fear, how to be wide open for change. I know it's, for most people, this is where they're at, and they can create a good vision of their own life personally or for the organization. But there's some tendency always to hang on to the old, hoping that that vision will become a reality. And as sacred writings tell us, particularly the Bible says you must let go of the old to make room for the new. And so part of the process of executive or leadership development as it relates to spiritual development is to get strong enough to overcome fear. And sacred writings throughout all ages, whether it goes back to the Rig Veda or the Upanishads or to the Bible, relates fear to the overcoming of fear by becoming aware of our oneness with love. Perfect love casteth out fear. And when we can come from that realization of love, and then from that realization that we can tap into the universal knowledge of love through silence, peace be still and know, then from that level of silence we begin to tap into our intuitive awareness. And when we can act from that level of intuitive awareness, we basically then welcome the change that happens without the fear, and then witness, as we stay focused, witness to the manifestation of the vision. And that also brought us to another area in the second session, which was the statesman's myth. And the statesman's myth, basically, as Dr. Vail points out, is that everything is an intellectual pursuit. And we're beginning to realize that that's not the case. That intellectual pursuits actually will put us into a box unless we're able to go beyond or to transcend. Einstein, in his famous quote, said that imagination is more important than knowledge. And then the second aspect or part of executive leadership development as spiritual development is what Dr. Vail calls spiritual conditioning of the leader. And his first area there is the desire to act rightly and responsibly. And the second area is to be in touch with the deeper things in life.